The neighborhood bully stole my land, so I crushed his $1.2 million estate. He thought he could steal 5 feet of my property just because he drove a Porsche and I drove a pickup truck. He told me to lawyer up if I didn't like his new fence. So I did something better. I didn't just take back my yard, I turned his $1 million mansion into an unsellable nightmare. It started on a Tuesday. I pulled into my driveway to find a construction crew jackhammering through my prize-winning rose garden, 5 feet inside my property line. And standing there, overseeing the destruction, was Marcus. Marcus was the kind of neighbor who sued the HOA if a leaf blew into his pool. He smirked at me, adjusting his expensive sunglasses. "Relax, buddy," he said. "My private surveyor found an error in the old maps. This has always been my land, I'm just reclaiming what's mine. It's called adverse possession." When I told him to stop, he laughed in my face. "I'm a senior partner at the biggest firm in the city. You can't afford to fight me. Save your money." He was right about one thing. I didn't have money for a legal battle. But he made a critical error. He assumed I was just some clueless guy. He didn't know that my grandfather was the original developer of this entire subdivision back in the 80s. I went to my attic and dug through the archives. That's when I found it, the original city-stamped master plat. A slow smile spread across my face. The strip of land Marcus reclaimed, it wasn't just dirt. It was sitting directly on top of a federally protected utility easement for high-voltage underground lines. A strict no-build zone, his new stone wall, his extended patio, and his outdoor kitchen weren't just on my land. They were illegal structures blocking critical infrastructure. I didn't call the police. I called the power company and the city zoning board. 3 days later, the inspectors arrived. It was a massacre. They slapped bright red code violation stickers on his brand new wall, his patio, and even his garage. Because the structures blocked access to the lines, the city ordered immediate demolition at the owner's expense. I stood on my porch with a fresh cup of coffee, watching a bulldozer tear down his $80,000 renovation. Marcus stood in his driveway, screaming into his phone, his face bright red. The fines totaled $150,000. He had to pay another $60,000 for the demolition. But the best part? The violation went on the permanent record of the house. When he tried to sell the place 2 months later to escape the shame, nobody would touch it. He ended up selling at a $400,000 loss. He tried to steal 5 feet of dirt. It cost him his empire.